Good.
Hello there. We're back on the P38, and as previously we said there was a noise down there, a tapping noise. We assume it's coming from down there, so we're trying to diagnose it and find out what it actually is that's causing the noise. So to get at the belts, we need to move both. There's two belts, we need to move both of them. There's the one down here for the AC, and there's the main serpentine belt there. And we've got to get both of them off. To do that, what we've done first of all is remove the cowl from here, the shroud and the fan, which are these items there. The shroud is quite easy to move. It sits in there and it clips on with these two clips which just prise off. Clip them off first, and then when that's loose you can use the spanners, these two spanners. You need these to get it off, and you have to put the one down there. I can't see it from here now. On here, this is where the fan is. One goes on there and it goes on these two nuts. The other one goes on to the main nut from there, and you undo that and you can get off the fan. Now you have to bring out the fan and the shroud together, hold the fan down there. It's a bit complicated, bit difficult, but it does come out like so. You just wiggle it about and fetch it out of there, and then you're left with this void here that you can work on. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove, first of all, the bottom belt. To do that is the pulley. There's a pulley at the bottom, just down there. What size are we on there? Can we see that? 13mm. So we've got a 13mm, and we need it down there on that pulley. I don't know if you can. Oh, the lights fell down. I don't know if you can see that. Be careful not to damage your radiator in the process. Right, once you've undone that, you can twist it round like so, and because it's off centre, that releases this belt. We'll have a look at this belt, see what's going on here, and oh dear, we can see from that it's in desperate need of replacing anyway. So we'll get that changed for a new one. You can see it's actually breaking away. That wouldn't have lasted much longer, so that one's got to go. The next stage is to move the serpentine belt from up the top, which is this one that you can see here. Now to do that, what we need is a big crowbar type thing like so. We've got to move you need to place that in there, inside there. This is the tensioner. This is a small piston here, and what we've got to do is push down on this to bring that up like so, hopefully not slipping. And you can see it, as it comes up, it releases the tension off the belt. Unwind the belt from around all the pulleys. Can't actually see down there. I can probably loose that now. Let's see what I'm doing. This one looks quite damaged as well. From around all these. A good idea for this is, if you're not sure of how to put this back together, is put your camera down there, take a few photos to give you the idea of the orientation of the belt when you put it back on. That was a bit difficult to get from between there. I'll have to have a look at that. Anyway, we need to feed this all the way off from all around all these pulleys and have a look at it, and let's turn it over. Oh, and you can see this one is in the same condition as the other one. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the rest of this untangled from here, get it all off, move all this out of the way, and we'll come back to you. got everything untangled from down there. We've now found out that there's one pulley there which is attached here with this 13mm bolt. So we're going to take that one off completely because the belt feeds through it. So you've got to remove this one to get the belt out completely. The grip on tool. Oh, there it goes. It's dropped down there. Okay, and so that's that one off. You can now get that belt out from in there, and that's the complete thing out. Okay, that's both belts. Both belts need replacing. They're completely worn out. Don't look like they've ever been replaced.
So that was worth doing anyway, whether or not this stops the noise that's down there.
Well,
they needed doing anyway.
Yeah, they needed doing anyway. But we're hoping we can find out what was creating the noise as well.
We can chuck these hoses back on here. This one. I'm back, by the way. We can chuck these hoses back on here onto the radiator, and then we can run it with the fan off. As long as you don't get it hot and run it forever, you can run it with the fan off. And if it stopped making the clunking noises, then we're all good and well.
This
well
one
and good.
got a knock in it.
Does it?
I can feel it.
It could well be that then. What is that one? That's the what the fan runs on. That is. So that's probably the water pump.
I can actually feel it. I can knock it up and down.
Yeah. So
And you shouldn't be able to do that, should you?
no, there's play in that one. I think that might be the water pump. We'll have to check because this is the first time in years we've had one of these in bits. As you know, we normally Discovery 2, but this is a P38. Bendy finger.
And when you're messing around with this, be careful not to break off this little pipe here, because it's on a flexi, but it's quite brittle there, and it can be easy to break off, and then you're in serious trouble.
These radiators have got plastic tops. Film me, Peter. They've got plastic tops and plastic sides, so they tend to split and break easily. This looks like it might have had a new radiator at some stage. But we'll do that anyway. We'll get these hoses back on, and then we'll run the car and we'll see what happens. Is it going to stop making the noises? Is it going to keep making the noises? We don't know. It's anybody's guess. But we'll try. In a bit.